Okay, so kindly let me know whether my voice is audible and can you see my presentation? Whether my voice is audible? Great. Okay, so in the last lecture or previous two lectures, we are discussing on types of a production system. First one we have discussed, that is job shop production. In that, variety of product is very much high and the volume of a product is very much less. So that is nothing but job shop production. Then we have discussed batch type of a product, where the product is going through all the departments in a quantity. Okay, so the product layout, or we can say that the layout of the industry is divided in a different, we can say, departments, in a different departments, and the product is transferred after completion of all the tasks in a particular department. Then the batch of a product is transferred to the another department, and it will be continued up till the finished product we will not get. So in this manner the product is transferred uh, in the form of a batches. Then next we have discussed, this is nothing but the mass type of a production, where the product is very much standard, and in that case the line or the workstations are developed in such a manner that the functional the function of that workstation will be handled by a single person or a single machine, and the task will be performed on that machine. And this type of production is a continuous type of a production. Means what? There will not be any changes in a product in nearest future, and in that by considering that point only, the layout is formed and the production will run for a particular product for a long time period. Okay, so that is nothing but a mass type of production. We have discussed various examples in mass type of production also. Okay, so these are some of the examples. This is the car manufacturing company we have discussed in the last lecture, and the vehicles are transferred from one workstation to the another workstation, and the suitable or the given task is performed by that team which is assigned for specific workstation. Okay, so this is also one of the example for mobile manufacturing company, where the mobile is transferred, or the product, mobile is one kind of a product. So the product is transferred from one workstation to the another workstation, and the specific tasks are performed by the person or the machine at that particular workstation. Now in this case, if you want to increase the efficiency of workstations or efficiency of industry, so in that case we can use the automation for transporting the materials. Okay, for transporting the materials. Now here also you can see that the small conveyor is used. This is the one of the conveyor. So this person want to transfer the product to this workstation. Okay, so in that case for most of the time will be for most of the time will invest or waste in transporting the material or transporting the mobiles from this workstation to the back end workstation. So what will do this worker? This worker will just put up the mobiles on this conveyor, and the mobile will transport to this workstation. Okay, so in this manner we have to think in a smaller level or micro level, so that the efficiency of working, efficiency of a worker, efficiency of a plant will get enhanced. Okay, efficiency of a plant will get enhanced. So here also this is the conveyor. Now let us consider if this person want to transfer the material to this person, or this first workstation want to transfer the material to the second workstation. If you are transporting this material by human efforts or by using the worker, then time will be consumed, then the efficiency also get reduced of this work preceding workstations, and that will affect on the number of components produced in a one day or 1 week or in 1 month or in a overall year. So that this bench is itself a conveyor. Okay, this bench is itself a conveyor, so that the efficiency will get improved, and the production rate also get improved. Okay, so these are the some of the examples we have discussed in the last lecture related to the mass type of a production system. Okay, then the next one is nothing but a continuous production system. What is meant by continuous? The word itself suggests that the production run on a continuous basis. There is no interruption in the production. Okay, there is only two buttons, or we can say that only the switches are provided for the worker. Just on if you on the switch, the production will start. There is no human interference, or we can say that the negligible human interface is present in a continuous production. So what is the difference between mass production and continuous production? That is also most important. So mass production, in that you can see that there is a human interface with the product. Okay, maximum human interface with the product. But in a continuous production, that human interface will get reduced by using the automation, by using the robots wherever there is a suitable, and the material should not be handled by the person. Okay, most important thing, the material should not be handled by the person. That is nothing but a continuous production. That is nothing but a continuous production. So this is the basic difference. So in a simple language, if you want to segregate the mass production and continuous production, so the two words will segregate the mass production and continuous production. That is nothing but degree of automation. How much degree of automation is present in the industry, and how much work is assigned for the worker to produce the product. So that will segregate the mass production and continuous production. Okay, mass production and continuous production. So here I would like to, before going for the data, I would like to show some examples. Okay, continuous production system. Now here you can see that the robots are used for the manufacturing of this vaccines. Okay, or conveyors are used to transport the vaccine from one place to another place, or we can say that one workstation to the another workstation. Now this workstation, previously in mass production we have seen that the workstation work or the assigned work is performed by the human being, but in continuous production, this human beings or the workers are replaced by machines or the robots. Okay, machines or the robots. So that is nothing but we are implementing the automation to perform the work. Nowadays you are hearing one word, that is nothing but IoT, machine learning, and industry 4.0. So initially most of the companies in India are performing the mass production. Those are pioneer in that particular sector. Let us say Parle-G is a pioneer in biscuit sector, then Britannia is there, then Tata is pioneer in car manufacturing sector, Mahindra is pioneer in car manufacturing sector. So these companies are performing these companies have implemented the mass type of a production system. Now these companies want to reduce the human interference from their workstation. Okay, and because of that they want to go for the automation. Because of that they want to go for the automation. And automation means what? Reducing the human power which is involved in a production system. Reducing the human power which is involved in a production system. Let us initially take the simple example. At the initial stage, the industries are using the human power for transporting the material. Okay, in a cement industry, take the cement industry, to pick up the cement and to keep that cement in a vehicle. For that reason, the people's or the work that work has been done by the workers. Okay, and nowadays what is happening to reduce that human interface with the product, the conveyors are used which connected directly from the industry to the transportation vehicle. So that is nothing but human interference we are reducing, and we are moving towards the continuous production. Okay, wherever there is a high standard product is available, and you want to produce the product 24/7. Okay, you want to produce that particular product 24/7. That is nothing but what, there is no any change in the product standardization. Then and then only you can go for the continuous production. Then and then only you can go for the continuous production. Getting everyone? So there are in other example here also, you can see the robots are doing the work. Okay, and there is no human present at this workstation. That is nothing but the continuous production. This is the example of a continuous production. Then okay, so these are the some of the examples you can see about the continuous production. Now you better understood what is meant by continuous production. So what are the different advantages or limitations of continuous production that we are going to see now? So production facilities are arranged as per the sequence of a production operations from the first operation to the finished products. Okay, so we have to arrange the sequentially. Okay, after one task, after the performance of one task, then only the second task will be performed on that particular job or on that particular product. So we have to first of all sequencing the operation is important part. Okay, sequencing the operation is an important part. Now you know the VMC machine. Okay, what is meant by sequencing, that is also important. You know the VMC machine. In that VMC machine we are providing the codes. Okay, we are providing the codes. So after turning the drilling operation, after drilling the broaching operation, after that the milling operation, so these operations is sequence present in the program in a sequential manner. Okay, in a sequential manner, and that will be the best fit or best option to reduce the time for production. Okay, if you are doing the sequencing in the operation, then the time for production get reduced. Okay, will get reduced, and that will be benefited for the production of a higher quantity of products. Okay, it will be benefited for higher quantity of products. In a similar fashion, when you are going for the complete product atomization, okay, or you want to go for the continuous production, in that case first step is nothing but you have to standardize the product. First of all, there will not be any further changes in the product. Second thing is nothing but you have to decide the sequence of operation that should be performed on the product. Okay, no step or no one step can be skipped for that product. Okay, so in that fashion, first of all, we have to provide the sequencing of a product according to the operations performed on that product. The items are made to flow through the sequence and operations through material handling devices such as conveyor, transfer devices, etc. The items are made to flow through the sequence of operations through material handling devices such as conveyors, transfer devices, etc. Okay, so most important thing in a continuous production, or if you want to increase the degree of automation in case of a mass type of a production, we have to reduce the material handling. Okay, we have to reduce the material handling. Where there is a material handling or human interference for the material handling, we have to eliminate that task or that particular material handling from the system, so that the human fatigue will get reduced. Okay, human fatigue is another concept that will get reduced, and the person which is working on the task or which is working on the on that particular workstation, that person will more focusedly complete his work as his or her the fatigue, or we can say that the extra load of a transportation will get reduced. Okay, and your efficiency of that workstation will get improved. So most important in continuous production, there is no material handling by workers. Okay, there is no material handling by workers. Whenever there is a material handling, the conveyors, chain drives, belt drives, okay, or transfer units are provided. Okay, so continuous production include automated transfer machines for production. Okay, automated transfer machines for production. Okay, so we have discussed the examples. Then what are the different characteristics? Continuous production is used under the following circumstances. First one is dedicated plant and equipment with zero flexibility. Here, all the type of flexibility is consumed by this continuous production. Okay, more flexible. Which type of production system is more flexible? Where we are using the general purpose machines. Okay, that production system will be considered as more flexible production system. So in which case we are using general purpose machines? In the case of job shop production, we are using the general purpose machine, where you are getting more flexibility to produce the different or high variety components. Okay, but variety is zero in case of a continuous production. You have to produce only one product. Okay, we have to produce only one product 24/7. There is no any variety for that particular product. So in that case only we can go for the continuous production. So the plant is dedicated. Okay, plant is dedicated for only one product. Okay, your automation is dedicated for only one product. So in that case you will not have any flexibility to make the changes in the product. Okay, or that industry does not have any flexibility to make the changes in the product in a short run. Okay, then material handling is fully automated. Process flows a predetermined sequence of operation that you know. Components materials cannot be readily identified with final products. Okay, so component materials cannot be readily identified with final product. Means what? So in the initial stage only you cannot understand what will be the final product. Okay, on the basis of raw material which is available for the production purpose. On that basis you cannot decide that which product we are or this automation will produce. Okay, and planning and scheduling is a routine action. So in case of planning, now planning is more intensive when there is human interference and the manual operations need to perform. So in that case we need to provide rigorous planning for the production. But in this case, in continuous production, only the planning of number of components. That is the only thing. Okay, scheduling, all the machines are already scheduled with a specific operation, already provided the proper load to the specific machine. There is no human interference. So just you need to switch on the system or switch off the system. So when it should be switch on and when it should be switch off. So that is the only part remaining in a continuous production. So it will depends on a number of quantities you want to produce or number of volume, or it will depends on a volume of a production. Okay, so that is the part remaining only in the production, only in a continuous production. But in case of a job shop production, it is very much tedious one to plan the production and to schedule the operations. Then in case of a batch type of a production, it will somewhat easier, but most of the time is consumed for setting the machines or for changing the setup of our machines. Then in mass type of production, the more standardized product is there, and only the production quantities for the particular time period, that part is and the human power requirement for to produce that things, that much is remaining in mass type of production. And where in continuous production only the volume of a production is the part of a planning. That's it. Okay, then these are the characteristics of. Then what are the different advantages of continuous production? So standardization of a product and process sequence, higher rate of a production with reduced cycle time, higher capacity utilization due to line balancing, manpower is not required for material handling as it is completely automated. Person with limited skill can be used on the production line. Unit cost is lower due to high volume of production. Okay, so is there any explanation required on this point? These are the simple points, that is product is already standardized so that there will not be any variation, hence the production rate will be higher one. So higher capacity utilization, there will not be any loophole for the system to reduce the capacity, as we know that if there is a human interference or the human power used for the production purpose, so in that system we are mostly depend on the mentality of a person or the mentality of a worker which is not working on the system. But in continuous production there will not be any human interference, so that machines are performing all the tasks. So there will not be any emotions or the mood of that particular machine, so we can go for the higher capacity utilization. Then manpower is not required, so that cost will get reduced for the continuous production. Person with limited skill, so in case of a job shop production, high skill worker is required because every job is challenging for that particular worker. But here already there is no need for human interference for the production purpose. So the skills means what, whether go for the production or not, or when to stop the production and when to start the production. So that is the part. So no skills are required. Actually, anyone can do that job. Such a task are available only for the continuous production, and the large amount of products are produced. So we can say that the cost of a production will ultimately or drastically get reduced in case of a continuous production. Okay, so these are the advantages. So what are the limitations? So the product is standardized, so no flexibility, and we required very high initial cost to provide such a type of a setups and such a type of a system. Okay, so smallest, if you want to do the smallest or we can say that very few automations in industry, then also it will cost very much high, so that most of the Indian industries does not go for the automation because initial cost is very much high, initial investment is very much high. So there is no prediction of a market. So it will depend on the thinking level of that owner, uh, if that owner is ready to invest for the automation or not. So that will depends on the manager level thinking or the proprietor level thinking. So those are the industrialists like Tata, uh, big brands, we can say that, where their thinking level, they are thinking in the future. Okay, what will happen in the future, and accordingly they are taking the step. Such a companies are always trying to increase the degree of automation at their plant level. Okay, so the continuous production, which type of production system established, or if you want to say that mass type of production system and continuous type of a production system. So it will depend on the owner thinking level or the manager thinking level, which is working on or which is who is handling that particular plant. Okay, so on that basis we can segregate the mass type of production system and the continuous production system. uh, Differentiation is limited, that is variety is not available in case of a continuous type of a production system. Okay, so is there any question, any doubt in a continuous production? Is there any question, any doubt? If you have any doubt, you can ask. If not, then you can write down the last point from this chapter in types of a production system. Okay, types of production system. Continuous production, write down continuous production. Continuous production, in that you can write production facilities are production facilities are production facilities are arranged as per the sequence. Production facilities are arranged as per the sequence of production. Production facilities are arranged as per the sequence. Production facilities are arranged as per the sequence. Operations of production operations from the first operations to the finished product. From the first operation to the finished product. From the first operation to the finished product. Finished product. Second point, the items are made to flow. The items are made to flow. The items are made to flow through the sequence. Through the sequence. Items are made to flow through the sequence of operations. Made to flow through the sequence of operations through material handling devices. Through material handling devices. Through material handling devices. Such as conveyors, such as conveyors, comma, transfer devices, such as conveyors, comma, transfer devices, etc. Full stop. Example, continuous production include continuous production include automated transfer machines, for production, automated transfer machines for production. Okay, what are the different characteristics? Write down next heading, characteristics of continuous production. In which case we can go for the continuous production. So continuous production is used, write down, continuous production is used under following circumstances, First one, dedicated plant and equipment with zero flexibility. Second one, material handling is fully automated. Third one, process follows a predetermined sequence of operations. Full stop. Fourth one, component materials cannot be readily identified. with final product, with final products. And the last one, planning and scheduling is a routine action. Planning and scheduling is a routine action. Planning and scheduling is a routine action. Okay. Then what are the different advantages of continuous production? Following are the advantages of continuous production. Following are the advantages of continuous production. First one is standardization of product and process sequence. Standardization of product and process sequence. Standardization of product and process sequence. Second one, higher rate of production with reduced cycle time. Higher rate of production with reduced cycle time. Reduced cycle time. Third one, higher capacity utilization. Higher capacity utilization due to line balancing. Due to line balancing. So in the last lecture only I have discussed about this particular concept, line balancing. Okay. No any workstation should be in an ideal condition for any of the time in a whole shift. Okay. For any of the time, for a single minute also, that particular workstation or any workstation in the sequence of operation will not be in a stationary condition or in an ideal condition. So that thing is nothing but when it will happen, then we can say that the assembly line or the production line is well balanced. Okay, then we can say that the assembly line or production line well balanced. So here the here another one concept is also included about the line balancing. That is nothing but the raw material availability for the workstation that should be meet up as per the demand. Okay, as per the demand of that workstation. Okay, let us say I'm doing the work, I'm having the load, and I don't have the loose components like nuts and bolts to complete the task. Okay, so in that case, that workstation will be in a stationary condition. That workstation will be in a stationary condition. So material requirement or material provision of a sufficient amount of a material requirement to every workstation, that is comes under the line balancing. Okay. Then fourth one, manpower is not required. Manpower is not required for material handling. Manpower is not required for material handling as it is completely automated. As it is completely automated. As it is completely automatic. Okay. Next point, fifth one, person with limited skills. Person with limited skills can be used on the production line. Can be used on a production line. Production line. Sixth one is unit cost is lower due to high volume of production. Unit cost is lower due to high volume of production. So these are the advantages of continuous production. Then what are the different limitations for production? Continuous production. Following are the limitations for continuous production. Flexibility to accommodate and process number of products does not exist. Flexibility to accommodate and process number of product does not exist. Flexibility to accommodate and process number of products does not exist. Second one, very high investment for setting flow lines. Very high investment for setting flow lines. And third one is Product differentiation is limited. Product differentiation is limited. Product differentiation is limited. Okay, so that's it about the chapter number 1. We have completed all the points, successfully completed all the points under the chapter number 1, whatever given by our university. And if you have any doubt in that, all the points, whatever we have discussed, then you can ask, no issue. I have listed some MCQs over here for the understanding purpose. Let us have a look over that and try to answer this MCQs. Okay. So the first MCQ is the father of scientific management is. Who is the father of scientific management? Options are: first one, Henry Ford, Frederick W. Taylor, Mitchell Schumacher, and Eli Whitney. Who is the father of scientific management? So to get the answer of this, you should know the history of operation management. Okay. So father of scientific management is. I'm waiting for your answer. So you can comment in the chat box your answers. Who is the father of scientific management? Who invented the scientific management? Whether my voice is audible to you? B. Omkar Kale has given B answer. Any another opinion about this question? Any another opinion? Others also comment. Okay, Yasar Khatigils. Everyone is saying B. Okay. Yes. 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 Madan Patil is also saying yes. Madan Patil is there today in the lecture. That's great. Okay. Everyone is saying B. Right. Okay. So your answer is right. The father of scientific management is Frederick W. Taylor, who invented or implemented the scientific management in the industries. Okay. Then the second question is, the person who introduced standardized interchangeable parts was. Okay. Standardized interchangeable parts. First option is Eli Whitney. Second one is Henry Ford. Third one is Edward Deming, and fourth one is Adam Smith. Okay. The person who introduced standardized interchangeable parts. Who introduced standardized interchangeable parts? Okay. Omkar Kale is saying D. Others are saying A. Okay. D. Okay. So if you check this, who introduced the standardized interchangeable parts, the answer is Eli Whitney. Okay. So answer is Eli Whitney. So you will get this from one chart I have shared, and I've discussed in case of history of production management. Okay, I will show this. Okay, n number of questions can be asked on this. Okay, so you can use the zoom feature. Okay, you can stretch your skin and you can look over this. Okay, here interchangeable parts, cost accounting, Eli Whitney and others. Okay, then specialization of labors, Adam Smith. Okay, then scientific management, time study and work study developed, dividing, planning and doing of work, Frederick W. Taylor. Okay, then Frank Gilbert, motion of study of job. Okay, motion study. Okay, so like that, any question can be asked from this chart. Okay, so you should be prepared. So your answer should be Eli Whitney. Okay, Ili is the answer. Third question is, which is not ultimate objective of production management? Okay, which is not ultimate objective of production management. Ultimate means final objective. Final objective. First option is manufacturing cost. Second is product quality. Third is manufacturing time scheduling. And fourth one is self forecasting, which is not a production management objective. Okay, and for that reason we should know the production management objectives, intermediate and final objective. There are, we have segregated production management objectives in two parts. First part is final objective and second part is intermediate objectives. Okay, so production management definition also include the objectives of production management. Tell me, what is your answer? Manufacturing cost, product quality, manufacturing time scheduling, and manufacturing time scheduling, and last one is sales forecasting. What would be the answer for this question? Kindly let me know. Anyone? Don't know? No answer. D. Yasar saying D. Okay. D. Madan, you are answering for this question or previous question? D. Okay, D. So I would like to tell you that the objectives of production management: right quality, right quantity, right cost, and at right time. So these four objectives are with production management. Okay, these are the final four objectives of production management. Which are four objectives? First one is the right cost, or right quantity, right quality, right cost, and at right time. Okay, and at right time. These are the four final objectives of production management. Okay, now so manufacturing cost is the objective of production management. Product quality is the objective of production management. Then manufacturing time is the objective of production management. So what is remaining? Sales forecasting. It is not an objective of production management. Sales forecasting is not an objective of production management. Yes, it is helping for the planning purpose, but that is not an objective of a production management. Okay, so sales forecasting is not an objective of production management. So answer is D, self forecasting. Okay. Okay, the next question is, job shop production system is characterized by. Job shop production system. Okay, job shop or job shop production system is characterized by. We have discussed four production systems. Okay, and in that first number is job shop production system. So how we can characterize the job shop production system? Okay, option A is high variety of products and low volume. Option B is less variety of products and high volume. Option C is high variety of products and high volume. And option D is low variety of products and low volume. Okay. So in the first type only we have discussed the job shop type of a production system, and we have segregated these production systems on the basis of variety and volume. Okay, on the basis of variety and volume. So job shop production system, the first production system we have discussed. So how we can characterize or how we can segregate the job shop production system? Oh yes, this is the job shop production system. How we can segregate the job shop production system? Okay, Yasar is saying A. Anybody else? Salim is also saying A option. Okay, anybody else? Any another opinion? No. So for that, I would like to show you one diagram that we have already discussed. Before the starting of this particular types of a production system, we have discussed one diagram. Okay, and on that basis, we have distributed or we have segregated different types of a production system. So question is related to the job shop production system. So on x-axis there is a variety, on y-axis there is a value. When variety is very high, okay, we are away from this zero on the x-axis. So variety is very high and volume is very low. On y-axis we are closer to the zero or the center point. So in y-axis, we can say that the volume is there. So low volume is in only job shop of production. Very low volume is there and variety is very high. Okay. So on that variety and volume basis, we have segregated these four types of a production system: job shop, batch production, mass production, and continuous production. Okay. As we are moving from job shop production towards the continuous production, the volume of a production goes on increasing, but the variety of a production goes on decreasing. So in continuous production, we are having more standardized product. Okay, and in job shop production, we are having less standardized, or the specifications are provided by the customer, and then only we are producing the product. So no standardization will be there in case of a job shop production system. Okay, so our answer is high variety and low volume. For job shop production system. Okay, high variety of a product and low volume. Okay, this is the option number A is our answer. Okay, the last question is mass production system is having. Okay, just before continuous production, we have learned the mass production system. Mass production system is having large volume of production, special purpose machines, balanced production line, and last option is all of the above. Okay, so comment your answer in the chat box. Mass type of a production system is having large volume of a production, be special purpose machines, balanced production lines, and all of the above. Okay, tell me your answer in the comment box. D. Omkar is saying D. Okay. Nitin is also saying D. Madan is also saying D. Okay. Okay. Correct. D answer is correct, because in mass production the large volume is there, and to achieve that volume, we are moving from general purpose machines to the special purpose machines. Okay, which is having the special purpose. Okay, one task will be performed on a single machine or by the single person. Okay, so the machines are used as a special purpose machine. Means what? That machine will perform that task only. Okay, in general purpose machines, or we can say that the general lathe machine is a general purpose machine. Why we are saying that machine perform any task? Okay, so that machine will be considered as a general purpose machine. But if you convert that lathe machine or if you are using that machine for producing one type of a product only, or one type of operation only, by doing some automation, by providing the jigs and fixtures to the machines, then it will be get converted into a special purpose machine. So in that case, we will able to perform only one task on that special purpose machine. So mass production, the quantity is very much high and the operations are sequenced as per the product operations, and because of that we require the special purpose machines. And the balanced production line, as we have already discussed, line balancing is the more important part in case of a mass production system and in case of a continuous production system. So the lines are balanced, then and then only we can achieve or we can utilize the maximum capacity of the plant or the production line. So the answer is all of the above for mass production system. All these three specialties are with mass production system. Okay, so okay, so we will end up over here. I don't want to give you assignment, but definitely I want to give one case study for you. Okay, case study for you. So you can write the case study. Okay, I know that you have visited at least 10 industries. Okay, up till now you have visited at least 10 industries. So while your industrial visit, while your internship, and so in that time period, and personally also you have visited at least 10 industries. I can assume that you have visited at least 10 industries. Or if not visited, then you can search on a Google, no issue. So you can use the world's guru as Google for searching purpose, and you can find out the answers, no problem. So my uh, case study for you is that you select the 10 industries that you have visited, and you segregate that industries in different types of production. Okay, types of productions are nothing but which are the different types of production. First one is, we can say that, make to order, make to stock. Second one is make to stock, assemble to order. Okay, these are the types of a production. So you have to select one industry and you have to segregate this industry, which is the type of a production for that particular industry, and you have to provide or you have to justify your answer why this industry will comes under this type of a production. Also you have to segregate that particular industry under different types of a production system. So different types of production systems are job shop production, then batch production, then mass production, and continuous production. So you have to segregate that industry, whether this industry is a job shop production, mass production, continuous production, or batch type of a production, and you have to justify your answer why this particular industry comes under this particular category. Okay, so at least, no, I'm not giving the 10 industries. I want to give you 5 industries. Take 5 industries. Okay, any 5 industries. Segregate that industry in a type of a production, which is the type of a production, and which is the type of a production system. And you have to justify that type of a production and type of a production system. Okay, getting my question, everyone? Getting my case study? So the time limit to submit this case study is 1 week. Okay, next week you all should submit your case study. Okay, is there any doubt, any question? Please comment in the chat box whether you understood what is the case study that I want to provide you. I'm not giving a routine assignments to you. The simple task is provided to you, whether you are getting what you have to perform. Everyone? So I'm not giving these questions. Okay, I'm not giving these questions for the assignment purpose. I'm giving you the okay, whether you are getting, kindly comment in chat box whether you are understanding the case study or not. 5 industries, 5 industries. ओके, 5 इंडस्ट्री घ्या कोणत्या पण, ठीक आहे, कोणत्याही 5 इंडस्ट्री घ्या ज्या तुम्ही विजिट केलेल्या आहे त्या, आणि त्या 5 इंडस्ट्रीला, समजा एक इंडस्ट्री घेतली, मी समजा विठ्ठल शुगर घेतली, ठीक आहे, तर त्याचा कोणता टाइप आहे, टाइप ऑफ प्रोडक्शन कोणत्या टाइप ऑफ प्रोडक्शन मध्ये येते, मेक टू ऑर्डर येते, मेक टू स्टॉक मध्ये येते, की मेक टू असेंबल येते. ओके, सो मी म्हणलं की मेक टू स्टॉक मध्ये आहे. का मेक टू स्टॉक मध्ये आहे ते शुगर फॅक्टरी? कारण की शुगर प्रोड्यूस केली जाते त्या पिरियड मध्ये, 6 महिन्याच्या पिरियड मध्ये, आणि ती स्टोअर केली जाते, आणि जसं डिमांड येईल त्या शुगरला मार्केटमध्ये, तसं ते मार्केटमध्ये विकली जाते. सो मी म्हणू शकतो की एक शुगर फॅक्टरी हे मेक टू स्टॉक टाइप ऑफ अ प्रोडक्शन सिस्टीम आहे. आता हीच कंपनी किंवा शुगर फॅक्टरी मी टाइप ऑफ अ प्रोडक्शन सिस्टीम म्हणली घेतली, तर कोणत्या टाइप मध्ये मॉडेल ते बॅच टाइप आहे का, की वेगवेगळ्या बॅचेस केल्या जातात आणि ते प्रोड्यूस केलं जातं? नाही. ही आहे का जॉब शॉप टाइप ऑफ प्रोडक्शन सिस्टीम आहे का, की म्हणजे थोडं एक 10 किलो केलं जातं आणि परत कस्टमरच्या रिक्वायरमेंट पडते आणि मग मी 10 किलो नंतरच करतो, असं होतंय का? नाही असं होत. मग कंटिन्युअस प्रोडक्शन आहे का, की बाबा सगळंच ऑटोमाइज्ड आहे त्या कंपनीमध्ये? असू शकतं, नो इश्यू, तिथं कोणताही ह्युमन इंटरफरन्स असू शकत नाही. काय काय इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये असतं, पण मी स्पेसिफिकली मला माहित आहे ना, मी विठ्ठल शुगर इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये जाऊन आलोय, तर तिथं टन्स ऑफ वर्कर्स अँड थाउजंड्स ऑफ वर्कर्स आर वर्किंग. So I will segregate that company under the mass type of a production system. So in this manner, so you have to justify your answer why you are giving the mass type of a production or job shop type of production. So at least you have segregated, at least you have visited 5 companies. Okay, so you have to segregate that type of a production and a type of a production system, and you have to justify your answer. Getting my question, everyone? Is there any doubt, any question? Okay, if you don't have any doubt, any question, then we'll stop here for today. And I hope everyone will finish the assignment that I have given to you, and will submit on time within 1 week. Shortly, I will share the Google form to submit the case studies, and I will record your performance also. Okay. So you can commit your roll numbers in the chat box and you can leave.